The boy will not pass the council's test, Master. He's too old.
You're just spinning a fairy tale.
I'm not done yet. I'm just getting to the good part.
Par Smokes qui tente de décoller et le wallride, il ne faut pas abuser. Impossible de marquer ça. Fairy peut s'échapper.
Ouais, Fairy avec du boost, il va essayer de faire quelque chose.
Incroyable.
Il passe Mitaine, il le dépose en overtime. Fairy au meilleur moment possible, le clutch mécanique de Fairy dans les airs, le reset, il vient le tout déposer en double tap. La dinguerie de Fairy au moment le plus important qui va peut-être...
It feels like forever ago that Fairy Peak was on top of the RLCS world, but it was only a few seasons back he was part of Vitality, winning the European Championship over BDS in Season X. Even further back, Fairy made back-to-back World Championship Grand Finals and won it all in Season 7. The RLCS moves really fast, and even though the Season 7 title was only 3.5 years ago, Fairy Peak has quickly been caught and surpassed, honestly, by a large number of players in the RLCS and even in his own European region. After running aground alongside Vitality, a poor fall major in the 21-22 season in which Fairy Peak had food poisoning was the end of his international play as the team delivered worse results the next split, resulting in him being benched. Fairy Peak made good use of his newfound free time, becoming a professional Pokémon player, but has now been drawn back to the pitch alongside longtime veteran running mate K-Dop and seasoned veteran Shawset45 under the Soleil banner. Soleil were able to attend all three main events in the fall split to begin the season, but were only able to make one playoff appearance, leaving them well short of the fall major. Although they played quality matches against some top teams, Soleil just had to play through the closed qualifier event to even make the first main event of winter, and Fairy Peak was huge for his team. Fairy led Soleil in assists with 0.71 assists per game, and while his 29 total shots were the lowest on the team by far, his 31% shooting efficiency made him one of the best in the qualifier. Adding on to this, Fairy Peak was involved in 68% of Soleil's goals and had a rating above 1, which begs the question, will Fairy Peak elevate his play to help Soleil progress further than they did in the fall split? While he was underwhelming statistically in the fall split, Fairy Peak still shot 24% on very low volume, and when I say very low volume, I mean very low volume. He was actually the second lowest of any main event players in Europe. Who was the lowest, you might ask? Well, it was actually his teammate Shawset45, and honestly, K-Dop wasn't that far ahead of them either. With their shooting attempts being so low as a team, Soleil has to rely a lot on high shooting efficiency, and that's something that Fairy Peak has been doing incredibly well at. He had the 8th best shooting percentage of anyone in Europe, and his teammate K-Dop was actually 3rd in Europe. While Fairy Peak is certainly entering the twilight of his career, he has shown he can still be an effective player for a team that took wins off 2 major teams in Moist and Quadrant last split. While I don't feel this roster has the top-end talent to compete for a major, they should take the winner split to improve their win rate from one of the lowest in the region in main events to somewhere in the middle. In the Winter Regional 1, Soleil's group puts them alongside some teams they honestly can beat. While Moist is retooling, they just brought on Juicy, and if you want to learn more about Juicy, I actually just recently did a video about him. G1 and Williams Resolve are the other 2 teams that are in this group. Those are both hungry teams that Soleil should consider themselves competitive with. While I feel like second place in this group probably makes the most sense, anything is possible. If Fairy Peak can continue to build on his 0.71 assists per game from the qualifier, Soleil will be in a position to score more goals and honestly contend with better teams. Time will tell how this is going to play out, but what do you think of Fairy Peak's abilities? Is he still a viable option for a major contending team, or is he too far past his prime? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until next time, take it easy.